Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Om Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahi Tejaspinavadhitamastu ma Vidpishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Ke avipashita Vicharajanya Tatparya Parijnana Muchunyaha. Who are these avipashita you are talking about? They are avipashita, those people who are devoid of the complete knowledge which can be gained only through inquiry. Ataeva Vedavadarataha Vede ye santi vadaha arthavadah akshayam ha vaichaturmasya sukritam bhavati ityeva madayah teshvevarataha vedartha satyatvena eva satyatvena evam eva etaditi mithya vishwasena santushtaha hevartha. So he says, okay, these people who don't have the proper faculty to do the inquiry, they are the people, but why are they not able to do it? That is for this, they are not able to do that for this reason. He says, Veda Vadarataha. They are involved in the statements of Veda. You are also involved in the statements of Veda. You are ridiculing him. Are we not basing everything as pramana from Vedas? Yes, but there is a difference. What? Vede ye santi vadaha arthvadaha. When we say vada, when we say statements, we are not just talking about any statement in Vedas, but arthavadaha. Arthavadaha, the statements which are eulogizing something or praising something, those kind of statements, like what? Akshayam vai chaturmasiyajinam sukritam bhavati. Akshayam vai chaturmasiyajino sukritam bhavati. The one who performs this yaga called chaturmasya, for him the punya is akshayam. It is unlimited. Why do you have to then study Shastra for jnana? There is no need, because you go, you gain this, you perform this yaga, chaturmasya, you go to heaven and enjoy. There is no limit to it, there is no end to it. If you think, then remember, karmachito loka kshiyate evameva mutra punyachito loka kshiyate yatha karmachito loka kshiyate, like the enjoyments which are earned through karma in this world will be lost. Similarly is the enjoyments of the other world lost. We have already seen this. So based on that he says, iti evamadaya, they don't understand this, they don't remember this. Therefore, teshu evartaha, they are involved, completely immersed in those kind of statements which speak volumes about greatness about the karmas of the Vedas. Vedartha satyatvena eva evam eva etaditi mithya vishwasena. They accepted the Vedartha to be these kind of arthavadas to be the real. This is how it is, and this is how it is also mithya vishwasena. It is also a faith which is misplaced faith, misplaced trust. So he says, santushtaha he partha, therefore they are happy. Those people we are talking about. Partha ataeva nanyadastiti vadinha. That is this, for this very reason they say there is nothing other than this. What is nothing other than this? He says, karmakanda apekshya nasti anyati jnanakandaha sarvasyapi vedasya karyavaratvat. There is nothing other than karmakanda called jnanakanda. There is no use for jnanakanda here. There is no possibility of jnanakanda here, because sarvasyapi vedasya karyavaratvat. All the statements of Vedas are with reference to some activity or other. Without activity there can be no statement. This is the sutra, the second sutra of the Purimimamsa. Amnayasya kriyarthatvad atadarthanam. Amnayasya kriyarthatvad. The Vedas mean business, some activity. If there is no activity, anarthakyam adarthanam. If they are not talking about any activity, then they are useless statements. In this way, they completely believe this. Therefore, he says, karma phala apekshya cha nasti Anyat nirdashyam jnana phalamiti vadanashilaha. Therefore, they say, with reference to the results of karma, there is nothing equivalent to it or greater than that. In fact, there is nothing called result of jnana. Even if you say result of jnana, okay, you know there is heaven. What is the use of that knowledge? You have to perform some activity to gain that heaven. Therefore, they say, Vadata, in this way, those people who speak, Prabandhena Jnanaganda Viruddhartha Bhashina Ityartha. They don't just speak, they speak in volumes in great detail, with so much of a flamboyance. Therefore, he says, Ityartha, people who talk statements contradicting the Jnanakanda, the portion which teaches the knowledge. Kuto moksha deshinahate. See, you said everyone is interested in the liberation. Now these people, they don't seem to be interested in liberation. They are against moksha, liberation. Why? He says, yataha kamatmanaha kamyamana visheshata kula chittatvena kamamayaha. See, their mind is completely engulfed by the enjoyments of the world here and hereafter. Therefore, they are of the form of nature of kama, desire. Evam sati mokshamapi kutona kamyante. If this is so, then they should have to see if they want to enjoy only good things, then they should have to desire for the greater good, which is liberation. If you say, why don't they desire the liberation? If you say, yataha, because swarga paraha, swarga eva urvashyadi apetatvena paraha utkrishtaha yesham tedatha. They accept the swarga to be para, greater. Why? Because swarga, heaven is there, these urvashi, etc., celestial damsels exist. So, that is the enjoyment they think, and that is why they stop their quest for liberation. Swarga atirikta purushartho nasti iti bhramyantaha. Why do they do that? Because they have the erroneous knowledge that there is nothing greater than heaven. Viveka vairagya bhavat mokshakatamapi sodhum akshamaha iti yavat. Because of this, they are not even capable of even listening to. He says, Sodhum Akshamaha. They can't even stand the statements of Vedanta which talks about moksha. Why? Viveka Vairagya Abhavabhyam Abhavat. Because of the absence of discriminative power and the dispassion. They can't even stand the talk of Vedanta. That is the biggest problem. Tesham cha purukta Bhogaishwaryoho prasaktanam kshaitwadi dosha adarshanena nivishta antakaranam taya kriya vishesha bahulaya vacha apakrita achaditam chetaha veka jnana yesham tesham cha purukta Bhogaishwaryoho prasaktanam. Those people whom we are talking about, the people who are involved in the Bhoga and Aishwarya, the greatness and the means for those greatness, the embodiments, they Kshaitwadi dosha adarshane, because of non-seeing, they are not capable of witnessing that these experiences have in it as its inherent nature, kshaitva, etc. dosha. There is comparative greatness. One happiness is greater than other happiness. There is this diminishing happiness. So all this they don't see. See, if you take Urvashi, then Urvashi may be good, but Ramba, there is another damsel called Ramba, she is better. Maybe. There is a problem. I have Urvashi, but I don't have Ramba. There is a problem. There is a comparative problem. And even if you have Urvashi with you, she is not going to stay with you for a long time. She is going to go to somebody. So these kind of things, any object in the heaven, so they are not going to stay with you permanently. Therefore, he says, Taya kriya vishesha bahulaya nishtantakaranam. Because of this non-able to see this clearly, their minds are immersed in those objects and therefore kriya vishesha bahulaya vacha aparutat acharitam. They are completely engulfed by these statements which speak volumes on the activity. Chetaha Vijnanam. Therefore, their mind is completely means their discriminative power is completely engulfed. Tatha Bhutanam Arthavadaha Stutyarthaha Tatparya Vishaye Pramanantra abhajite vedasya pramanamiti suprasiddhamapi jnatum ashaktanam. Therefore, stutyarthavadaha. Arthavadaha means the statements which are eulogiation, which are praising things there, they keep their mind. Stutyartha tatparya vishaye. Instead of pramanantram abhajite vedasya pramanamiti. That self which is not negated by anything, any other pramana at any point of time, that is what is pramana. What is pramana? Anadita abhajita vishayam. The knowledge on things which is a jnana vishayam. The knowledge on things which is not negated at any point of time and unknown. It should also be unknown. Anadigata, it should be unknown, and abhadita, it should not be negated also at any point of time. So in those things, that is the pramana, that is the definition for pramana. But they are always interested in things which are adhigata, which is already known. Somebody knows heaven, you also say heaven. Somebody says pot, you also know pot. Now, or abhadita. See, this rope snake, the knowledge of snake gets negated the moment you understand its rope. Similarly, the knowledge of world gets negated the moment you understand it as a self. There is nothing other than self. So, all these things are negated at one point of time or other, but the knowledge of self is not so. So, he says they don't understand. Suprasidamapi, though it is famous, it is known by everyone, it is acceptable through logic by everyone, still, jnatum ashaktanam, they cannot see it. Therefore, samadho antakarane vajayatmaka buddhi na vidiyate na bhavati ityartha. Therefore, their mind does not involve in the this clarity. Vyavasayatmika buddhi, this determination. Samadhi vishaya vyavasayatmika buddhi tesham na bhavati itiva. Or you can say, their mind does not involve in the gain determination in the knowledge of the samadhi, in the state of samadhi. Adhikarane vishayava saptamyas tulyatvat, because saptami, the seventh case, can be understood either for substratum or for object. Vishaya saptami, if you want to take it as object, or adharo adhikaranam is the sutra which establishes the adhikarana saptami. Seventh case is substratum. On at etc. you say that is seventh case. So he says vidhiyate iti karma kartri lakara. The vidhiyate, that is karma kartri lakara, karma karta. So that is a lakara means it's a verbal case, and that is with reference to the karma karta. So it's a active voice statement. Samadhiyate asmin sarvamiti vitpatya samadhi antakaranam va paramatma va iti na prasiddharthakam. So you are imagining something which is not imagined by anyone. If you say, no, we are not doing that. Why? Samadhiyate asmin, the mind completely establishes itself in this, gets immersed in this, becomes poised in this, in which in this antakarana or in this absolute self. See, when you don't see, when you are immersed in some activity, you don't see this world. Similarly, when you are immersed in this self, you don't see anything else. So that is the samadhi he is talking about. Therefore, there is no aprasiddharthakam. Everyone sees this, everyone has experienced this kind of state in their life. Brahmetyavasthanam samadhi tannimittam vyavasayatmika buddhi na utpadyate iti vyakshyanetu rudhir eva adhritaha. See, if you say samadhi means the knowledge of absolute self, as I am the self, that is what is samadhi, and in that the vyavasayatma, the determined knowledge does not take place. If you understand like that, then you have to take the rudhyartha. Rudhyartha means Pot means this object is pot. Why? And this is how it is understood. And this is the root yartha. In this way, you have to accept it. Ayam bhava. This is the idea. Yadyapi kamyani agnihotraadini shuddhyarthebhyo na vishishyante tathapi phalabhisanti doshat na ashe shuddhim sampadyanti. See, this is the idea. Though the agnihotra etc. kamya karmas have no difference whether you use for gaining the object of enjoyment or for purity of heart. They don't differ. You have to perform the same swaha. Everything same. Though it is so, phalabhisanti doshat, because in the karma propelled by desire, there, because there is attachment for the results, ashe shuddhim na sampadyanti, they don't give you the purity of heart. Bhoganugunaha tu shuddhi na jnana upayogini. But why? Because those, see, if you want to enjoy an object, you have to have sattva guna. Because sattva guna gives happiness. Okay, so when I have to experience happiness, I have to have sattva guna. If I have to experience sorrow, I have to have rajo guna. If I have to be idle without any laziness, all that dullness, that I need to have tamo guna. So there is a clarity here. So if I want to experience happiness, I need sattva guna, and I am enjoying happiness. That means I need sattva guna. I have sattva guna already. Then if you say, he says, no. Those sattva which is in line with experiences, they are not useful for gaining the knowledge. That is also sattva guna. Gaining happiness through the world is also sattva guna, but that is not useful for gaining the knowledge. Etad eva darshayitum bhogaishwarya prasaktanam iti punarutpatam. For showing this, he is using the word bhogaishwarya prasaktanam again. People who are involved in the bhoga and aishwarya. Bhoga, the object of enjoyment. Aishwarya, the means to gain those enjoyments, embodiments, etc. For avisanti mantrena tu krutani jnana upayogini shuddhim adati iti siddham vipaschyata apivishtoho phalavailakshyam. And if you perform the karma without any desire for the results, then it becomes useful for the purity of heart, mind. Therefore, we understand who is vipaschit and who is avipachit. A person who is a viveki and who is a aviveki. One person who has determination and the other person who does not have determination. This is very clear now. Vistarena chayetada agre pratipalishyate. We will explain. We are not finished with this. We will explain this in detail in the later portion. No. Sakamanam ma bhuta ashe dosha vyavasayatmika buddhi. निष्कामानां तु व्यवसायात्मक बुद्ध्या कर्म कुर्वतां कर्म स्वाभाव्यात् स्वर्गादि फलप्राप्तो ज्ञान प्रतिबन्धः समान इत्याशंक्याः. ननु सकामानां, people who have desires, मा भूत आशय दोषात् व्यवसायात्मक बुद्धि, let them not have the determined knowledge because of the आशय dosha, the impurity of heart, etc. Let that be so. But still you said nishkamana. For these people, they are not special, so special. Why? He says, nishkamanam to, even for the people who have no desires for the results, vyavasayatmika buddhya karma kurutam. Even for the people who perform the karmas with a determined knowledge that only the self is truth, etc. Even for them, karma swabhavyat swargadi phalaprapto jnana pratibandha. So, they will also have obstacle for knowledge because of gaining swarga, etc. Which is the nature of the karma. Karma's nature is to give result. Like, see, you travel on a road, and at the other end of the road, you see a policeman, traffic constable, who says, you have come through a one way. That way, that road you came is one way. You should not travel up in opposite directions. So he is going to fine you. Now you say, no, I didn't know it is one way, I am ignorant about this. You cannot say. Or the vehicle which comes opposite in that lane, which is the right lane for it, if you are going to have a accident, then there is no escape. You can neither escape the accident, nor can you claim any insurance because you have done a wrong deed. So that is the nature of a karma. So here, if you perform a karma for Swarga, then you are going to definitely gain Swarga, and that becomes an obstacle for your knowledge. Therefore, the situation is same for either person with the desire or person without desire for the results. Iti ashinkya, doubting this, Bhagavan explains, Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna Nirdvando Nitya Satvastha Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. Traigunya Vishayaha Vedaha. The Veda is a Traigunya Vishaya, is talking about the activities which are associated with all the three gunas, Sattva, Raja and Tama. Because that is what this whole creation is all about, three gunas. Therefore, this Traigunya Bhava Arjuna, rise above all these three gunas. So Arjuna, rise above all these three gunas. Not just that, Nirdvandvaha, rise beyond the dualities. Nitya Sattvastha, be established in that oneself. Rise above three, rise above two, and be established in that one. Niryoga Kshema Atmavan, and then you desire nothing, to protect nothing or to gain nothing, and be established in that self. Trayanam Gunanam Karma Traigunyam Kama Mulaha Samsaraha. Those that which is the activity through the three gunas, that which is performed through these three gunas is this samsara, kama mula samsara, the samsara which springs because of desire. So eva prakashatvena vishaya esham, that traigunya, that samsara is what is illumined, that which is the object of discussion. Esham te vedadrisha vedaha, those vedas which are like that. Veda basically is karma kanda. Karma kanda means it's going to talk about the activities which can be gained through the sattva rajas tamo activities. So the enjoyments which can be gained through sattva rajas tamo activities. Therefore, the result is sattva rajas tamas. Therefore, it says karma kandatmakaha yo fetphala kamas tatsya eva tatphalam bodhayanti ityartha. And those Vedas which are involved in discussing about the karma portion, they will give those results which it promises for person who desires the result. The karma portion gives those results for the person who desires those results as whatever it promises. You have to understand this. The karma portion desires the results, or promises the results, and it gives those results to person who desires those results. Though it promises result, it doesn't give results to people who don't desire for that. I don't accept. How it can be so? He says, neither vebhyo karmya kamebhyo dasha purnamaso iti viniyoga api. We have seen this viniyoga, we have seen this sankalpa. So, darsha purnamasa abhyam surga kamo yajeta. Through darsha purnamasa, these two yagas, you can gain the swarga. If you desire swarga, that is what it says. If we say, no, let us remove this. Let us say that it says, whatever be the desire, you perform the swarga. You perform darsha purnamasa yaga. For whatever be the desire, performing swarga darsha purnamasa yaga is enough. I have desire for sun, darsha purnamasa. I have desire for rain, darsha purnamasa. I have desire to gain the kingdom, darsha purnamasa yaga. So any yaga, for any result, darsha purnamasa is enough. If you say, even if there is an application like that, then he says, sakrut anusthana sarva phala praptir bhavati. If you perform it once, then you have to get all the results. Tat kamana virahat na anushtana bhavati. See, that kind of sakrut anushtana sarva phalaptir nahi bhavati. You don't get that result. Why? Because you don't have desire for that. See, if you desire something and you gain that, you will be happy. If you desire something, you don't gain that, you will not be happy. If you don't desire that and you gain that, you will not be happy again. I don't want. Why are you insisting on me to have this? People don't like. If they don't want, they don't want. So he says, therefore, yat phala kamanaya anutishthati tadeva phalam tasmin prayoga iti sthitam yoga siddhi adhikarane. Therefore, in yoga siddhi adhikarana, there is a topic called yoga siddhi. In that, he has made it very clear. If you perform this karma for this result, that is the only result you are going to get, not any other. Because if you accept for one karma multiple results, that is Vakya Bheda Dosha. So he negates that. Yasmad evam, since it is so, Kamana Virahe Falaviraha Tasmatvam Nistarigunya Ka Nishkamo Bhava He Arjuna. Since it is so, Yasmad evam, since it is so what? Kamana Virahe Falaviraha. If there is no desire, there is no result. Therefore, you become desireless. Nishkamo bhava. Hey Arjuna, you become desireless. Yetena karma svabhava samsaro nirastha. But the nature of karma can give result. But if I don't want result, there is no possibility of it compelling me to have this result. You said this road, etc. Yes, that road, etc. is there. But I am sitting in a hotel and they give me different foods. I have the freedom to choose food. If I don't want to eat, even though it may be the best food in the hotel, they can't insist me to have it. So he says, no, but still. Shitoshnadi dvanda pratikaraya vastradi apekshanat kudo nishkam. How can I be devoid of any desires? Why? Yes, now it is November 10. Next month, December 10. Now the cold has started already. We are wearing 1 or 2 extra dresses. Now, December 10, you will need 2 more. If you don't wear, then you will die out of a cold. So he says, how can I avoid a desire for extra clothing, extra jumper or sweater in the winter? This one idea should be understood. If there is an injury, then the pain is physical. If there is no injury, then the pain is psychological. See, these people who have headaches and because of headaches they start consuming these tablets, pain relievers. They become addicted to these painkillers and pain relievers, and finally what happens? First they have headache, therefore they take tablet. Later they want to take tablet, therefore they have headache. So this psychological pain need not be given importance. This cold, etc. are not physical, it is psychological pain. Because there is no damage done to your physicality. How can you say so? Because in this place called Prayagraj, previously it was called Allahabad, now it is Prayagraj. There, what happened is, in 2000 Kumbh Mela, during January, February, next to my bed was another bed in which one sadhu from Kerala who could not fit in that climate. He was feeling very cold. He was shivering out of cold in Allahabad in this Kumbh Mela. Now, after 8 months or so, I am going to Badrinath. And from the hill near the Badrinath, a person wearing a jute sack on his hip, nothing else, just a jute sack, a sack on his hip. And he's running down the hill calling my name. I was wondering, who is this? Oh, was he the person who I was doing tapas with in my previous birth, etc. I was starting to wonder. And this fellow came close to me and he is asking me, Manaslayo. I understood. Okay, this fellow is from Kerala. Manaslayo means, did you understand who I am? So I understood, okay, this person is from Kerala. Where did I see? I started scanning my brain and I found a similar image which was from Kumbh Mela. I said, yes, I understand. I remember you. He said, remember me? Yes, I said, remember you. This fellow who cannot withstand the cold now is roaming half naked. So this cold will become, it's not that you have to be like that. If you have the wherewithal, if you have a choice, you should have to use that. We already said, Nirdvandvaha Sarvatra Bhavaiti Sampadyate. In every situation, not just this cold, heat, etc. How do you say this? Why do you say this? Because matra sparshatu iti uktanyayena shitoshnadi dvanda saishnuhu bhava matra sparshastu gaunteya shitoshnas shukadukra agamah payino nityatan sitikshastu bharata. We saw this. All these are matra. It's just passing a experiencer. Therefore, this shita, ushna, sukha, dukkha, all these dualities grow above this. That is what he taught. Asahyam dukkham katham va sodhavyam iti apeksha. No. There is a limit to any kind of I can withstand cold, but there is a limit to it. How can I, if it is beyond the limit, how can I experience that? How can I take it? If he says, Nitya Sattvasto, by being established in the self. Nityam, Achanchalam, Yat Sattvam, Vai Dhairya, Aparaparyayam, Tasmin Tashtati Bhava. Nitya Sattastam, Nityam means Achanchalam, Yat Sattvam, that Sattva, that self, which does not waver at any point of time. In that Sattva be established, in that self be established. If you are established in that self, we already saw. If you are established, if you are focused in something, you will not feel hunger, pain, etc. We have seen people who will forget eating. It's 3 o'clock in the evening, you have not had your food. Okay, now I'll take. And people who are doing some work, mathematical work, they'll forget to sleep. It's 2 o'clock in the early morning. Go to sleep, you have to tell them. One final problem. So, when you are involved, when your mind is focused on something, all the other dualities disappear. So, he says, Tata Rajastamobhyam avibhuta sattvo hi shitoshnari pidaya marishyamiti manvanaha dharmad vimukho bhavati. People who have their sattva overpowered by rajoguna and tamoguna, only they, because of these dualities of heat, cold, etc., they think, I will die out of this heat, cold, etc. And therefore, what do? They do things which are against the dharma. Tvantu sattvarajasi abhibhuya sattvamatra alambuno bhava. But you, by overpowering this rajoguna and tamoguna, with sattvaguna, be established in that sattvaguna. That is what is the idea here. No, but still. Shitoshtadi sahane api Chutpipasadi pratikaraartham kinchid anupatam upadeyam upatam cha rakshaniyamiti tadatsam yatre kriyamani kutaha sattvastatvam ityataha. How can you say, be established in the sattva? Why? What is your problem? See, even if I am going to somehow manage this heat, cold, etc. duality, but still I cannot hold on to for a long time to this hunger, etc. When there is hunger pang, I have to do something. If I don't have food, I have to go for bhiksha, I have to go for alms and I have to take some food. If I have some food, I have to protect it from others and other dogs, etc. Now, I have to do some activity. If I don't have, to gain. If I have, to protect. Therefore, how can I be established in the self? If you say, Niryogakshemaha. Niryogakshema is next word. Niryogakshema means, Labdhalabho yogaha labdha parikrakshanam kshemas tadaraito bhava. Yoga and Kshema. What is Yoga and Kshema? Yoga Kshemam Bahamyam. Bhagavan says in later portion. Yoga means whatever you don't have, gaining, that is Yoga. Being associated with whatever you don't have. Kshema means protecting whatever you already have. That is why Yoga Kshema is the punchline, is the motto of insurance company. So he says, Itiva. Chitta vikshepakari parigraha raito bhava. Meaning the parigraha, holding on to things which is means for disturbing your mind, be devoid of that. That is the idea. Nacha evam chinta kartavya kasam evam sati jivishyamiti. Don't even think on this line. If this is so, how will I live? Nothing will happen. You will be taken care of by the Ishvara. So he says, Yataha sarvantaryami parameshvara eva tava yoga kshema Shemadi Nirvahishyati iti aha. Because the one who created you knows how to protect you and take care of you. So he will take care of everything. The one Parameshwara, Ishvara, who is indweller, he will take care of everything. How will he take care of everything? If I sit here, will he bring me a bar of gold? Will he bring me this kind of food? No. So he says, Atmavan, Atma, Paramatma, Dheyatvena, Dho, Yoga, Kshemadi, Nirvahakatvena cha Vartate. Yes, Atmavan. Atmavan means Atma, the absolute self, for whom it is the object of meditation, and who is the one who is the who brings whatever you don't have and who protects whatever you have. That kind of person you become. Become a person who is always devoted to the self. The self will take care of everything. What things? He says, Sarva Kamana Parityagena Parameshwaram Aradhyataha Mama Sa Eva Deha Yatra Matram Apekshitam Sampadishyati iti Nischitya Nischinto Bhavatyartha. So remember this statement. Every person who reads Bhagavad Gita should remember this statement. He says, Sarva Kamana Parityagena, by giving up all the desires. Parameshwara Aradhyata. I am the one who is worshipping the Parameshwara to me. My mama sa eva, for me sa eva deha yatra matra apekshitam. He will take care of my livelihood for be alive. Not all that object of experiences. To keep you alive, whatever is needed, he will take care of that. Sampadishyati, he will take care of that. In this way, Nishchitya, having this clarity, Nischinta, be without any worry. Atmavan Aparmato Bhavativa, or Atmavan means Aparmato Bhava. Be the one whose mind does not lose focus. Nacha evam Shankaniyam. Sarva Kamana Parityagena Karma Kurvan Aham Tai Karma Janitaihi Anandaihi Vanchitaihi Syamiti. No, don't even doubt this. Nacha evam Shankaniyam. Don't even doubt like this. What? Sarva Kamana Parityagena Karma Kurvan Aham. See, if I am going to perform karma by giving up all the desires, then tai karma janitahi anandahi vanchitaha syam. I will be cheated of the happiness which is gained through those karmas. Iti, don't doubt. Yasmat, why? Because Yava Anartha Udapani Sarvatas Sampludodake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanataha. Yava Anartha Udapani Sarvataha Sampludodake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanataha. Yavan Artha Udapani, whatever is the Artha, whatever is the Prayojana, whatever is the utility in these different water vessels. You have different kinds of water vessels, pot, etc., in which you fill water. So one you use for drinking, the other you use for bathing, etc. Sarvataha Sampludodake, all of them are taken care of in the pond, etc. If you have a big pond, that water can be used for drinking, or a river. You have Ganges river now here. So that river water can be used for bathing, that can be used for washing, that can be used for every utility. Similarly here also, Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu, whatever is the results said in different statements of Vedas, all that Brahmanasya Vijanata, all those results will be gained by this person who understands the Brahman. Brahmanasya Bhavaha Brahmana. So one who understands the Brahman. Therefore, decide for Brahman or knowledge of Brahman is Brahmana. You will see this. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnavadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.